you hold so many records, right? In some way, you outshine your male counterparts. Despite that, the male cricketers walk away with more of fame, money, popularity. Does it ever bother you that? Do you feel that it's not that fair to you?
I personally have never got that thought through my mind because there was so much happening around me that I never got to thinking that, uh, a, a large chunk of it goes to the men cricketers and there's hardly anything which comes our way. But when I am around my teammates, there are many players who are vocal about that indifference from the society. And then then I start to think, ki, why we also put in the same number of hours. We play the sport, the rules are the same, and the formats are pretty much the same. So, why there is an indifference? But there are many factors to it that earlier it wasn't a viable sport, it wasn't televised, and people were ignorant about women playing cricket. We don't get to see girls playing in the street. It's always the boys picking up the bat and the ball. So it is very natural for many people to even comprehend that uh, women started cricket much before men.
Yeah,
That's the history.
I'm told that Women World Cup happened before the
Yes.
Men's World Cup, 1973.
Yeah. So even when I was young, when I started, I didn't know we had an Indian team. I didn't know about
Don't.
Shanta Rangaswamy
Really?
or Dinah Edulji. Only when I started to play the senior level, that's when I was introduced to all these legends through my senior players. So that was the scenario back then. But I'm sure it is not the case now. When you get to see Smriti or Harman, or for that matter, Shefali leading the side in the Under 19 World Cup, getting to see them play on television. Young girls are no more ignorant about, okay, the sport is only for boys or only for my brother. I can also play the sport. I also have an opportunity to represent India. And so, likewise, even for parents, they can actually see the sport where their daughter also can play. So,
So it's a
there's a
metaphor.
change. Yeah.
So sports is a metaphor, I think. I think that applies to many aspects of our society, which was once considered to be very safely placed for the guys.
Yeah.
Now that
Isn't
equality
that
has.
what, in general, even in India, the sport way back in the 80s and early 90s was only for men, just not cricket. I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about,
absolutely.
other disciplines as well.
It still is. I mean, there was a survey, I will come to that, where the survey respondents, BBC did a survey, said apparently 33% of the respondents felt that sports is not for women, even today. We'll come to that. Now, as you said that popularity has come in, money has come in, um, you now are a star. It's no more the days where people would have known the names of women cricketer. Now they know the faces of women cricketer. So you're a celebrity in your own right now. So has the stardom affected you? Did you like it personally? Did it have any effect on your performance in the team? Were you more charged up? Were the challenges more? And personally, somewhere back of your mind, you felt it's nice. It's nice to be known.
See, ironically, most of my peak days or peak years, you can call that, was in the obscurity. People didn't know, like when I broke the world record, 214 in 2002. I don't have a video clipping or a video of that, and people haven't seen me play for a long time.
There's another milestone innings that has changed the course of Indian cricket. Also, there was no recording for that 175 by Kapil Dev against Zimbabwe, 1983 World Cup. BBC was on strike or something. So don't feel left alone. Okay.
Well, Kapil Dev won the World Cup.
Yeah, right. But you came very close to it. But I'm saying the significance of those two innings, to my mind, are almost comparable.
So when the stardom came, it came like a jolt because I'm used to playing in empty stadium grounds. Sometimes maybe the parents or friends of players who would turn up. I remember 2005 when we were runners up in the World Cup. We came to just few bouquets at the airport. And when the 2017 World Cup happened, and what followed after that, at least personally for me, uh, it took time to accept that, okay, this is my life. This is going to be my life where probably I will not get my me time, which I had lots of it in the past. and I used to, I used to be. Everybody wanted a pound of flesh post the 2017 World Cup, and I remember my mother saying, "I don't get to see my daughter at all at home." So I said, "This is what you wanted." So it took us a while as a family to come around and accept that this is what stardom is, and it comes at a cost. People think it is all very happy,
No, it comes at a
lights,
cost.
limelight, and everything, but it is hard work, and it also takes a lot out of a person to always be at their best, because we are humans, and there is always a tendency that sometimes you're not in a very good mood, or you're coming from an argument, and you have to be presentable for people because you're the ambassador of the sport. You have a responsibility because you're a celebrity. But at the end of the day, people forget we are humans. We all have emotions. We all go through that.
Duologue with Barundas featuring Mithali Raj. Streaming on the world's first news OTT, News9 Plus. Download now.